Well, hello, YouTube modeling community. That's right, it's a fat man from Alabama coming to you from Don's Garage. Well, we're going to hit another video here. You've seen my 69 Camaro Pro Street car that I did a video on a while back, where it had a scratch-built cowl hood by me. When I get this hitch to work on a model but can't settle in on one particular one or anything like that, I'll sit and just start working on oddball stuff. And I have built a small inventory of cowl hoods for various cars. Some of them I scratch built the scoop, some of them like this one here. This is for like a 2001 Camaro. It's got a competition resins turbo lump added to it, blended in. I've also extended the hood. I've done this one, did I? Yeah, this one I've added plastic to it back in here to get it a little tighter, gets it up against closer to the windshield and eliminates the windshield wipers. This one I've done a little more work on it. As you can see, I started opening up the inside. I'll finish blending this one of these days. Get it ground back where I want it, and then mud it, sand it, and get it all nice and slick underneath. You know, as close to the top side as possible. The scoop's still got a couple of issues, so it's got to have some work. I've got two of those. This one, for some reason, the primer and the resin had a little reaction, and it's still to this day sticky, and this hood's a couple of years old. It was a used hood. I can see now. That I think I can fix. I can get it cleaned up and use some sealer on it and get it knocked out. This one here is for the Revell 66 Chevelle wagon or the 66 El Camino. This scoop is built out of 40 thousandths plastic, glued to the hood, blended, molded, and shaped to fit. This one goes clear back to the windshield and rides the windshield pretty tight. Again, this is another one I haven't finished the underneath, but we're real close. I'll go in when I'm done with this hood. It'll all be slick underneath. I may make a perimeter, kind of like a hardwood, to kind of simulate like on a hardwood hood they do. There's thin strips of plywood framing the hood out to keep it rigid. That's one. And then here we've got, this is for the 67 AMT 67 Mustang, a little fastback kit, the 2+2. Now this one's got a comp resin turbo lump on it. It's all molded. This hood's actually finished. So I can see a 67 Mustang in my near future project. It's got a couple of dimples that need to be fixed, but for all intents and purposes, that hood's slicked out underneath and looking good. There's that one. Here's a traditional, well, my traditional style cowl hood. I kind of picked my own shapes to still get that cowl hood look, but where I kind of identify, you can see this one, it kind of drops off as it goes to the windshield. I did that to this one. You can see I haven't done anything to the underneath yet. But that one has been fitted to a body. That's why this is all shaped nice, fits up tight to the windshield. It'll be like a lift-off hood when it's finished. Next up, we've got another cowl hood for the AMT 71 Duster. It's down to now cutting the inside and blending everything in under here. Here's a 66 Nova hood that's not even close to being ready yet. I haven't even sanded the mud, and it's been on there for a while. This has a comp resin turbo lump added to it. I've had to shorten it up quite a bit because the scoop's pretty long and this is a short hood. But I just like the way that hood points and goes wide and then kind of tapers back again at this angle. Then you have the high center and it tapers back down towards the windshield. So that's another one I need to get back after. Here we have one for the ever popular 70 Super B. Again, just another cowl hood. One of my design ideas. It's a little narrower at this end than it is here. It kind of flows out a little bit more on the back on each side. Again, this is representing it'll be a lift-off hood. It goes all the way back to the windshield. Yep, I ain't worked the underside yet. Of course, top side, I generally won't work the underneath until I've got the top side in primer, so I can see any little imperfections and try to fix those again and get the top done before I start working the inside. Because there's actually less, it's more difficult sanding, but not as much actual work to do the inside of the hood. And then here we have one. This is for a 65, yeah, Revell 65 Chevelle. This will also work. No, it will not work on the AMT. Well, it would. It'd take a lot more adjusting. But you can see how the front profile of the hood is. And I'll see if I can move this a little slower. You can see how it flares and gets a little wider at the back. Again, it goes back to the windshield. And you can see how it's notched to go up and around the windshield wipers and that. Which later on I got to thinking, if it goes back that far, the windshield wipers wouldn't clear it anyway. So I'm going to leave that like it is. I'm not going to, because it's pretty well close to being done other than the underside. That's, now again, another one. This one here is a turbo lump from comp resin grafted to a, this another, no, this ain't a turbo lump. This was some of my sheet plastic work. When I build my own scoop, it's all done in 40 thousandths thick plastic. But that's kind of a knockoff of the turbo lump. Nice profile. The downside to doing them this early before the car's even started is I'm not sure if I'll have to play with intake stuff to get the clearance it's going to need to clear the hood. I'll have to lower intake. This one here, another one, it's one of my tapered jobs. This is for the AMT MPC 69 Barracuda, unfinished underneath. Y'all starting to see the trend there? Then this one here is another 69 Barracuda hood with the comp resin turbo lump. I just like the shape of that scoop. I mean, big old teardrop almost. You know, nice flow, kind of rounded, raised in the center, lower at the back. And the nice thing about when they do this, even especially on a real car, is it helps the driver when he's in the left lane. He can see he has a better view of the tree. It's what some people, we don't really think about, but the taller the scoop gets, particularly when they're stuck in the left lane or chose the left lane, their vision from here across to the tree, the scoop interferes with it. I have heard of guys, talked to a gentleman years ago up in Kentucky that run a Pro Mod, a little 38 Chevrolet Pro Mod coupe, and he actually used a spot mirror, one of the big ones like you see at the grocery stores or whatever, over in the right side of the car, and he'd watch the tree. When he was in the left lane, he'd watch the tree through that mirror. Here's another cowl hood that I've done. Again, that tapered profile. This one is for the 66 Ford Fairlane from AMT. I say I've got a couple. I got a little booger over here to work. Again, I practice. Another cowl hood for the same kit, the 66 Fairlane. It's pretty much identical to the one I just showed you, but it's here. We'll pull it out, give it an eyeball. Well, that's it. That is the cowl hoods I've made. Well, some of the ones I've made. I have made literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these. There's a gentleman just south of Huntsville, Alabama, years ago. I literally made 100 different hoods just for him. I'd get them shaped, primered, blended, primered, ready to paint. And we do trading and this and that. And then there's all the slot car bodies I've done over the past 18, 20 years. 98% of those have scratch-built cowl hoods. So we'll get more in depth on this, on stuff like this here in the near future. I've got a couple of hoods I've got to build soon, so I'll make sure we do a video. I do a video on them and show you my process of how I do a cowl hood. If you like what you've seen in this video or any of my other videos, please fellas, smash that like button. Drop a comment below. I love reading them. If this is your first time watching my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you get a notification whenever I upload a video. Anyone out there wanting to do a shop card trade, there's my email. Drop me a line, put in the subject matter shop card, and give me your address. We will swap shop cards. If you don't have a shop card and you still want one, same email, same deal. Shop card in the subject line, and I'll get you one out. Fellas, remember, let's take care of each other out here in the world, here in the YouTube community, your neighbor, all of you. Us old poor folk, we ain't got nothing but the good Lord and each other to take care of ourselves. So be kind. Remember that person that's got, when you see that person at the store that's frowning, give him a smile. That may be the only smile he sees, he or she sees that day. So let's be kind to each other. Build the model for you. Alright, we're going to close this video out. Remember folks, hit that like button, drop a comment below. This is Don. I'll see you in the next video. Take care everyone.